We have covered employability gap. We have covered various aspects of writing resume, editing resume. I do hope you have followed my lectures to an extent. If you haven't, I would suggest you hear the lectures again at my website learn-through-web.com. If you listen to lectures twice or thrice, see the presentations along with it, I think you will have a much better grasp of the subject. It may not be a perfect grasp, but you will be better off than before. If you are based away from metros and cannot attend expensive classes being conducted in Delhi, then this is the next best solution for you. We have written a resume. We have been called by an interview for job selection. Job selection can be of various types. It can be face to face. It can be biometric. It can be psychometric. It can be group discussion. But ultimately, there has to be an interview. Job interview, I am not going to cover the way you should dress or what should you be carrying. That can be done at a later stage. In my lecture, I would like to bring to your notice the software part of an interview, the thought process which you should apply to yourself to perform better in an interview scenario. Interview basically is a confidence building exercise, interaction between the employer and the employee. Employer and employee interact to find a common ground, common selection base from where the candidates may be selected, put on hold, given training, there's a place. The purpose of interview is to build confidence between the employer and the employee. Employee seeks from employer to provide working conditions, conducive working condition, machinery to carry on the task. Employer in turns expect the employee to earn for the employer and be a solution provider, be a active, useful member of the organization who can also be a team player and adds to the organization's well-being. Okay, before you go for an interview, ask yourself, what do I want them to know about me? What professional skills I want them to know? What are the unique skills I want them to know? What do I know about them? Okay, I'll start with what do I know about them. Until unless I know about the organization, I cannot decide the skills, professional skills and unique skills which I should be emphasizing on. So I see their website, I ask the peers, I may even go visit their office to find out about the organization, whether it is a multinational organization, it is an organization of a small scale, it is who owns the organization, is it an organization where complete standard procedures are there, or organization which is informal in nature. Then I will look at what is the kind of person they are looking. What is the kind of person they're looking would depend upon the culture of the company. Again, will depend upon the job profile. Same sales requirement in a multinational, in a Indian multinational, in small scale industry will differ. Again, it will differ if it is a hospitality industry, manufacturing industry, selling industrial sales, selling hospitality sales, different. There is a slight repetition this on the resume writing, but then resume plays a very important part in the interview. That is basically becomes the data point for you to be judged. That becomes the basis of your assessment in an interview. Okay. Now the basis of judging could be your qualifications, your depth of knowledge, skills and skill levels. Now we are talking of the assessment in which the employer and the employee have maximum 5 minutes to interact with each other. So, quick display of your knowledge, of your skills and skills level, confidence will be a winning point for you. How will he judge your personality? He will judge your personality on type of replies you give, type of questions you ask to the employer. When he says any questions you like to ask about ourselves, you should be ready with an intelligent question which has a direct meaning on your working condition. Verbal, non-verbal gestures. Is your hand flying around? Are you fidgety? Indicates your part of personality. Okay. Now we will see what are the traits a person is looking in. Interviewer is looking in a person. Communication, verbal and written. We will cover this topic in detail later. But if you cannot understand, if employer cannot understand the employee, and employee cannot understand the employer, then where do we proceed? How do we start recruiting? Acceptability. There's already a culture in an organization. Are you going to fit in that culture? Every organization has standards of acceptability. Do you come up to those standards of acceptability? Again, we will cover this topic in detail at a later stage. Soft skills. Soft skills does not mean soft hands, but it means generally having skills which improve the environment, which improves the productivity, which improves the interaction among the peer group, among the seniors, juniors. Teamwork. Teamwork means, can you work as a part of a team? If you have to work as a part of the team, a guy who's talking I, me and me will never be able to come to work. Commercial awareness. Do you have knowledge about the environment? Is your experience level such that you know about the environment? Initiative. Can you initiate action? Can you write the occasion? Can you find out the faults? Can you take corrective actions? That is initiative. So many times you come back from an interview and say, well, no, I answered all the questions, but why didn't you select me? He didn't possibly select you because the traits which he was looking were not in you. And you never understood those traits. So now try and understand each trait
in my next video lecture. Next is flexibility. Flexibility is, are you rigid? You are not open to reason. You listen to reason. Can you appreciate the person's point of view? Can you act when he tells you to act? Overrules your person impact. What is the impact? Which on the impact? Next